rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. Downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so light.
I'm T. DeMarco Harris, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh my goodness gracious. Good morning, Frederick. He definitely should be on the radio. What a voice. T. DeMarco Harris. I love it. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Friday, March 28th, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Happy Friday. You made it to the weekend. Yes. Good morning to Mama Cone. Yes, let's have a fantastic day and a great weekend. And good morning, Tara. It is Friday, and appreciate everything you're doing, holding down the fort at the shop, the home of everything Frederick. All right, today's show, we got Morning Roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels. They're from WFMD's Morning News Express. Yesterday, I filled in for Bob Miller for a couple of hours. Ton of fun. Got to meet Jason Lando, our police chief. Great guy. And along with him was Chief of the Day. They have a Chief of the Day program where a police officer gets to spend the day with our police chief doing all the things he does so they can experience what his job is like, which I think is kind of cool. And what else? We talked to a cybersecurity expert, and we talked to Jonathan Savage, a Fox News correspondent from London, and that was pretty cool as well. We also are going to highlight some of our events happening in Frederick coming this weekend and the week and couple weeks of next week and into May, because there are some things you're going to want to register for, and we need you to save the dates for those. Live today, we got Frederick Flying Cows guard Martavian Payne will be joining us. I've never met him, so this will be fun. And Natalie McCurry, Adventures with Katie, children's book author, joins me at the home of everything Frederick to chat about what it's like to write some children's books. And she's doing a whole series. So I'm like, the cat is biting me. Do you want to say hi? Is that this morning? Okay, well, let's put you on the big screen so everybody can see you, because you're bugging me today. You want to say good morning? You want to say good morning, Rem Rem? Look, you see everybody? Look up there. You're not. There you go. Look at that face. Oh my goodness, you're so bad. You're so bad. All right, here you go. Thank you. Good Lord. All right. Nothing like, what do they say? Working with kids and animals. All right. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ask a friend or two if they've seen the show Good Morning Frederick. Want to thank all the people who have subscribed to the show. And if you're just joining us and you're like, what the heck is this show all about? I just saw it posted in one of the groups I'm in. Well, this show is all about Frederick, the people, the community, the happenings, and how great of a place it is. Sometimes you need to be reminded, especially if you're sitting in traffic on 15, right? All right. We also do a podcast. If you're in the car, or you're just working around the house and you want to listen, you can do that on most of the platforms where you get your podcast. All right, let's go ahead and get Friday going. Got to thank our show's sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick. Open daily, noon to 9. Boy, I think this weekend, and there's a couple days next week that are going to be set in the high 70s. That's a perfect day for Rita's. But even if it's crappy and cloudy and cool, you can do a hot pretzel or even iced coffee from Rita's. If you can't get to Rita's, they can come to you. You can order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats as well. They have that new Skittles flavored with those freeze-dried Skittles on top. And Rita's also has a mobile unit. If you're planning an event, you want them to come out, all you got to do is reach out to them. There's no reason not to have Rita's. They are located at 538 West South Street in Frederick. And I'm telling you, this weekend is going to be a good time to get some Rita's. All right, let's see what is happening in the morning roundup. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Oh, yes. Auto Trim Design did a fantastic job. I still am trying to figure out how to gently wash my vehicle. It's looking I'm going to have to do that this weekend. How are you this morning?
You know what? Every day's a holiday, every meal's a banquet, and the wife is back home with her mom. They flew out yesterday. Was not a pleasant trip to the airport yesterday. It took way longer than we had to. I mean,
oh no,
the flight and everything was fine. She was excited. I'm like, well, hopefully you'll get the plane with the. Because they now have some Southwest planes have the plug-in for your phone right there in the seat, and she finally got one of those, and so she was happy about that. It was a little bumpy, she said, flying into Baltimore, but for a couple of days. So I'm excited because now I know that I hope there's no children listening, but I am by myself for the next couple of days with the meatball, and I don't have to put the toilet seat down for 4 days. If I don't want to.
You don't just do that out of habit, I guess. It is something you have to thoughtfully think about.
No, I make sure out of habit I do it all the time. So I just like
I know. She's got you trained well.
Yes, she does.
Tara says good morning to you, Bob.
Good morning, Tara. How are you? Look, I mean, I used to post all these things with I would take all my clothes and throw them in the laundry machine to find out how they get washed and stuff like that. And so, but this time everything's all packed, so it's really kind of hard. And that's kind of what I'm going to finish doing. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but there's a big box.
Oh yeah,
well, it's like right behind me, right over my shoulder. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't matter because that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be jumping in and trying to finish all the packing that needs to be done. When I dropped her off, went to the place that's going to be taking us, and Nick's not listening, is he? Oh, and so I went and got a bunch more boxes from them, and everything should almost be all the hard stuff is pretty much done. I mean, there's still a few things in the garage that I'm got to use. That's going to be the last week and stuff, but I mean, Most everything else is the spread here that I have for the radio program and for the podcast will be the last thing that goes. And
Yeah.
the table and the big table that it sits on, I'm not taking. So I have to slide that down the steps or find hopefully these guys who will do the moving. If I just kind of, give them a couple bucks, they'll take it down for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to put it out to the curb.
Yeah.
Somebody will get it, baby. Somebody will get it.
Somebody will, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. Here's a question for you, because last night we went and met up with a neighbor, and they were telling us their neighbors. So in our development, they are moving, and it was a tractor trailer is moving them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, I thought, oh God, seems like a lot of stuff, a tractor trailer. But Ash looked at me and he's like, you don't think our house would take a tractor trailer? And I thought, I mean, I didn't think so. But how big is the truck that
it's a tractor trailer?
It is a tractor trailer.
But you have to remember something. So I talked to Nick when Nick and I were talking prices and sometimes they use, these companies and I think Nick does too. I don't want to speak for him. We help you move, but they moved us down here. But he's like, okay, it'll take 2 trucks. But the tractor trailer is a company. It's a North American Van Lines. So
right.
they not only move you, they move somebody else. So you're just kind of you're in a
shared space.
Right. Yes. And so they'll come, and that's why they give you, we'll deliver your stuff sometime between the 13th and the 17th, right? Because they may have to go someplace else first, and then that way, then you'll get your stuff. So
gotcha. So I mean, okay. So of the tractor trailer, do you know how much your stuff? How do they know what stuff is yours and what stuff is somebody else's?
Well, I'm sure they somehow put something around it or over it and says it's an ours. So the guy came in, and this is what I loved about him, because I had a couple different people come in and give us estimates, right? Most of them had a laptop, right? And they're like, okay, this is going in, this is going in, and they kind of give you a price of what's going. The guy that we went with came in with one of those old school, the little books or the notebooks that you got your kids when they, the black and white
composition. It's a
composition books. And he just started writing things down, and he's like, just point and tell me what you want me to take. And then he goes, and if you're not sure, then tell me we're taking it, because it's easier to take off stuff than it is to put stuff on, which we've been doing, nonstop. I'm like talking to him going, hey, this is now no longer going, but this is going to go, and that's not going to go, but this is going to go. So, which always means the price changes. So last time, I mean, we were taking all the patio furniture. Well, the people who bought the house wanted it. So that was very heavy and very big. So now that took money off. And then it's like, oh, okay, I've filled my trailer full too much, and I'm going to take stuff off of it because Linda wants to take some things that can't go onto a truck. So, So it works. Either way, it's just going to cost us a lot of money.
Yes, it is. Good morning, Chris.
Oh.
Bah humbug. I'm in a bad mood. The Mets lost the first game yesterday, the Major League Baseball season opener. So Mets lost. So now my hope for them to go 162-0 is not going to happen. I guess my prediction was wrong. It'll be 161-1 is what my next prediction this year.
You mean one?
We're going to have about 90 other depressing days from you this year, but
well, hey, come on now. The Mets spent enough money. Let's hope they at least get a wild card and make the playoffs, for crying out loud. Give us that.
I'm thinking he's going to be depressed. That number will be switched around. It'll be 1-161.
Well, I will say thank you to the morning mayor. I figured he would say 0-162, but at least he gave us the one win. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Well, you won't win the 3 when they play the Orioles in July, baby.
Where me and Bob are going to try to get to that Mets game. Danny, if you can come, we'd like to have you come too. It'd be fun. Listen, it started baseball season, and Bob will be doing sports. But real quickly, we had a Orioles reporter who was on with us today, kind of getting into talking about the season for the Orioles. Barring injury, I think they have a great team. Their pitching is one thing that might be troubling. But nowadays, defense wins games, so you got to have strong pitching. But it was a great discussion. It'll be podcasted on our website, WFMD.com, if you want to hear that.
Awesome.
Yeah. The Orioles are going to go with the old. You remember Earl Weaver? If you've been in radio long enough, and I think if you look it up, the Earl Weaver pregame show, and just type in when's the best time to put in a tomato plant. Okay, you cannot air this at any place. But Earl Weaver and I think this modern day Orioles team are kind of in the same way. I can't say it. He says, but you get those big blankety blanks up that can hit the blankety blank ball out of the blankety blank park, and you won't have any blankety blank problems. Get those little guys getting picked off blankety blank blank blank, and he goes, yeah. So if you want to have some fun, and you listeners, just type in Earl Weaver pregame interview. When's the best time to put in a tomato plant?
Yeah. Yeah, the headphone at work warning and the no kids in the car warning. But other than that,
that is funny. I got to look that up.
You never heard that?
No, I never did. My biggest funny memory from sports is remember playoffs. We just want to win another game with the Colts. Who was that? Can't think of the coach that said that.
I know who you're talking about.
But that was one of my funny memories. That kind of reminds me of Casey Stengel, old Casey Stengel, when he managed the New York Mets in 1962 when they were a brutal team, expansion team. He comes in, Casey Stengel used to manage the Yankees, where he won a lot of World Series with the Yankees in the 40s and 50s. Came into the expansion Mets, looked at the team and says, "Can anybody play this damn game?" So that kind of reminds me of one of those type things. But hey, you know what, Bob? Let's give some credit to Danny. She did a great job yesterday. I'm not sure if you talked about it, filling in on the Morning News Express, and had some fun with her yesterday.
Well, good. Yeah. I'm glad. Thank you so much for doing it.
Hey, it was a fun time. I got to chat with Police Chief Jason Lando, and that was the first time I'd really had a conversation with him, and so that was fun. And I love the idea of Police Chief of the Day. I think that's kind of cool that they get to spend a day with him and see what he actually does all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do too. I mean, and it's great that he does that. Did you ask him the question I asked you to ask about Pittsburgh?
I was going to ask. It was funny. I was going to ask him that, but no, that was not asked.
No, but I tell you what, Bob, it's a good thing you left because, as I said, the chief of the day, the guy was from New York. He was from Long Island. And funny enough, this is mind-boggling to me, Bob. We broke some news yesterday with this chief of the day. Being from New York, he's a Boston Bruins fan. Can you imagine the disappointment in my face, Bob Miller, when he told me he was a Boston Bruins fan? I mean,
it was after that Chris said nothing else about New York the rest of the interview. So
nor did I talk to him for the rest of the interview. After that, it was a great interview. And actually, Bob, he I don't know if we really would call it breaking news, but he kind of broke a little bit of news, which is actually part of the news that I'm going to read today with having Chief Lando on about. I one thing me and Bob always joke around about. We act like sometimes old curmudgeons. And I told Chief Lando, I said, I'm an old curmudgeon. And one thing I hate is those loud vehicles that drive around in neighborhoods when I'm trying to sleep and people blasting their music. So they're working on hopefully resolving that. And I'll get into that more when we read news. But it was a fun interview, fun day. And Danny kept me in check. So you did a great job, Danny. Thank you.
I did use one big word, Bob, during the
yes.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it was, but Chris's face went blank, and then I had to change tack.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the thesaurus or a dictionary or anything, and if it's not, bada bing, bada boom, he doesn't know.
I can't remember who we were talking about, but I said they were a great orator.
Oh.
Listen, with this, you're talking about this thesaurus. Nobody owns a dinosaur nowadays, so I'm not the only one. All right, so stop. You don't own a dinosaur either, so stop acting like you do and you're that much cooler. Anyway, who owns a thesaurus? Yeah. Anyway, but it was fun time. Yeah, using those big words. at least give me time to Google the word so I can mispronounce it. Uh, but it was a fun time, and hopefully you'll join me again. Bob's going to be taking a few days off as he comes up here.
Yes, I will be.
So great
yes,
fun.
I will be. Yep.
All right. So speaking of news, actually, Danny, two out of three of our news has to do with WFMD on interviews on the Morning News Express with Bob Miller and myself. So we'll get into that right now. Once I pull it up, here we go. So starting off, like the aforementioned, we just talked about Chief Lando was on with Danny and myself yesterday, as he does every month on Thursday. By the way, these interviews, you can always just head to our website at WFMD.com. Check out the podcast section, Morning News Express. You'll see all our interviews are over there. Real quickly, before I get into the news, Danny, how'd you like Jonathan Savage, huh? Pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he was great.
So Jonathan Savage, one of our Fox News reporters that loves us enough to call us from bloody England. And he kind of gives us updates on what's going on around the world. Anyway, getting back into news here, talking about Chief Lando. He was on with Danny and I yesterday in the Morning News Express, and he said one of his long-term goals is to establish a full-time traffic unit with a supervisor and several officers. But because of the department staffing situation, Lando says that'll take place little by little over the years. And I'm quoting Chief Lando right now. So right now we have our officer, Andrew Cody, who is very passionate about traffic enforcement. And it's kind of our first full-time traffic order. And he's coordinated some of these things, Chief Lando said. And that kind of spawned from the question we asked him regarding the teaming up with the Maryland State Police on traffic enforcement in the area. So also on a similar topic we spoke about, as I said, me being the old curmudgeon that I am, I complained about loud noise from vehicles and music. Chief Lando said he's looking at purchasing a noise camera for the city of Frederick, which I never knew this existed, to help with enforcing noise ordinance when it comes to vehicle noises, such as loud exhaust systems and, like I said, drivers playing music very loud. They actually have cameras now that are noise cameras, Chief Lando said. You can actually put them in certain areas, and if we have a car that's blasting music, it can identify that car, and it measures the decibels, and they can actually issue citations that way. It's much like in traffic cameras they have for speeding vehicles. So hopefully they can implement that. And then one last bit of news, legislation, and again, this is WFMD, legislation being considered by the Frederick City Council would allow local municipal employees to form a collective bargaining unit. It would negotiate a contract with the city covering such issues as salaries and benefits. And this was a question that Bob Miller asked Michael O'Connor on the Morning News Express, Mayor Michael O'Connor. And Michael O'Connor noted that police officers have collective bargaining rights and other employees should have the same opportunity. He was asked about how much by Bob Miller, and it would cost the city, and how much would cost the city. Mayor O'Connor said we're going to have to pay our employees either way. It's all about paying people a fair and honest wage, he said. Our police department bargains for their pay and their benefits. Our police department is not overpaid. And getting into the fire department, Frederick County firefighters were busy Thursday afternoon putting out 2 outside fires just before 3 p.m. Personnel was dispatched to Route 75 at Jones Road, right behind the Liberty Town Fire Station for a brush fire. Right behind the fire station, there was a brush fire. Talk about convenience, right? We hope that never happens, but if it does, at least it was there. They found 1 acre of woods and grass on fire. Tanker and brush trucks were requested. The Frederick Scanner says the fire was brought under control just before 3:30 p.m. and extinguished just after 4 p.m. And taking a quick look at weather, and I know what you're going to say, nothing is quick when I talk, but we'll make this one quick. Going to be a high of 69 today, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower maybe later on. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 54, and taking a sneak peek into Saturday, it's going to be a beautiful day, a high of 85, cloudy early with partial sunshine expected late. Tomorrow night, looking at a low of 60, which to me at night for now is nice, partly cloudy skies, and Sunday, looking at a high of 79 with afternoon showers. And that being said, Bob Miller, the Morning Mayor, with sports.
He knows, but he does nothing about it.
Oh, I was like, wait, what is that, a headline or something from sports?
Yes, he knows how long it is. He just does nothing about it.
Yeah.
Well, you can blame me because I did watch the Gators feast on the Terps yesterday.
Oh, it was you.
It was me. Well, I picked Maryland to play Florida in my pool, and I didn't pick them to beat Florida. So I felt they were already going to win, and that's what they did. The Terps did hang on for a while. They just did not play good basketball in the second half, and they got beat by the number one seed, Florida, 87-71. Coach Kevin Willard really didn't help matters with the rumors that he's headed to Villanova after this season with Maryland as their new head coach, and would not deny any of that. So the Terps didn't need that, but they were just outplayed, out-rebounded, outshot. It was just about out everything for the Terps. Adley Rushman, hey, you know what? He still has it. 436-foot home run in his first at bat. The Orioles did something they've never done before. They had a franchise record of 6 home runs set for their most in an opening day game as they beat the Blue Jays by a score of 12-2 with that win. So congratulations going out to the Orioles. Bryce Harper reminded the fans of Washington what they lost when he went to Philly. He hit a 415 shot that helped the Phillies rally past the Nats in 10 innings, 7-3. The Capitals lost yesterday to the Minnesota Wild 4-2 on the ice. And Alex Ovechkin still hanging 6 behind Wayne Gretzky with only, I think, 10 games to go. So he might have to wait till next year to break that streak. In softball yesterday, it was Clear Spring losing to Brunswick yesterday, 18-3. In baseball, it was TJ over Middletown, 6-2. Boys lacrosse yesterday saw St. James hammer Walkersville, 15-4. Girls lacrosse, Linganore over Middletown. Lancers 2-1 on the season with a 15-7 win over the Knights. Frederick Downs Brunswick 19-8. Catoctin over North High 18-7. There you go. Look at sports.
Well, you know what, Bob? I see a similarity between Bryce Harper and President Trump. They both went back to D.C., reminded people why they shouldn't have left in the first place, I guess, right? It's a joke. It's a joke, folks. Don't get mad. I'm not being political.
I liked it. I liked it.
Thank you very much, Bob. Some people might not. It's a joke. So no hate emails.
All right. I'm muting you now. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Is it okay to eat cookie dough for breakfast? That's the question. Don't know
your
what we
wife
have.
is away, there are no calories counted, and you can eat whatever you want.
Wait a minute, you want to mute me?
I'm going to go out and get some, something. And she's like, we have leftovers, eat that. And then she's like, we're eating Fratellis. And I'm like, really? You're eating in Fratellis, and I'm going to have to eat, leftover fish sticks. Good Lord, have mercy.
It's going to be a good weekend, I'm sure. I can't wait to hear about it. All right.
Have a great day, everybody. Happy weekend.
Bye. Oh, my goodness. Well, the women are away, right? Oh, boy. How about that? If you are married and you go away, what does your husband do while you're away? Oh, all right. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to be back with what's happening in Frederick. And, of course, we've got live with Martavian Payne from the Frederick Flying Cows. If you want Cows tickets, all you got to do is text Cows to 888-465-2944 for the game on Sunday. Happy to give you some tickets. And then we're going to chat with Natalie McCurry. She is the author of Adventures with Katie children's books. All of that is coming up just after these quick messages.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you
right, let's chat about what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors. They've been serving the area for more than 34 years. You can put on and ask them to do wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything that you feel like you want to have on your floor. Talk with them about it, and they'll see if it's going to work for you. Give them a call today, 301-948-9663. That's 301-948-WOOD. Or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. Ask for Jeff when you give them a call, and he'll come up. He texted me the other day that he was doing an estimate right next to the home of everything Frederick at 401 North Market Street, which is kind of cool. All right, if you want to see all the events, all you got to do is click on that link that is in the description of this video. Otherwise, we're going to fly by some of the highlights. All right, tonight, it is the Battle for South Mountain, the second annual. Middletown, the staff won the first year, and Brunswick is going to try to come back. It is at Brunswick High School this evening, and it benefits Frederick County Mental Health Association. Saturday, 8 to 4, it is how to turkey hunt and trout fish. It's going to be a gorgeous day for that. If you have kids 6 to 17 years old, head over to the Catoctin Fish and Game in Myersville. Make sure you reach out to them because there's free lunch served. Let them know you're coming. Or you can spend the morning running a 5K to benefit the Seton Center. That is at Mount St. Mary's. On Sunday at 9 a.m., if you want to head to Easton for the Welcome Home Parade and Ceremony to celebrate the 50th year of the end of the Vietnam War. So if you have a Vietnam veteran who would like to go, please reach out to outreach@pullingforveterans.org, or make sure you are at the Francis Scott Key Mall in the parking lot near the Clarion Hotel. Now you'll see Nick has a couple of his trailers. There'll be a couple 15-passenger vans. And you guys will trek down to Easton, and they'll bring you back to Frederick once that is over. At 3 p.m., the Flying Gals play at home. If you would like tickets to that game, all you have to do is text COWS to 888-465-2944. I'm happy to give you tickets to the game on Sunday at 3 p.m. My forecast says it's going to be rainy most of the day, even though the temperature is going to be nice. So why not come to a Flying Cows game in the afternoon? And it is Community Day, where they want you to wear your school, church, or town gear to show your local spirit. I love it. All right, coming soon. So March 31st, this is Monday. There is a Save the Children Center event at the Orioles Nest. The Orioles Nest is right behind Burlington Coat Factory, around the back of that shopping center, Westridge. Westview, yeah, I always get those confused. Westridge Shopping Center. Il Forno and Burlington are in the front, and the new Crunch Fitness, I think. And then you go around the back, and you will see the Orioles Nest there. 6 p.m., if you have an interest in helping that to stay open, because they said that that was closing. So anyway, you can head over there on Monday. April 1st, on Tuesday, come to the home of everything Frederick, 9 to 11 a.m. You can pick up Good Morning Frederick merch at 50% off. Don't miss the show, though. You're going to want to be watching. Make sure you're at least streaming it 9 to 11, or come by downtown Frederick. On the 2nd, which is Wednesday, 5 to 7, it is Cocktails and Conversation at the home of everything Frederick. It's a great networking opportunity. April 5th, which is first Saturday in downtown Frederick, come to the home of everything Frederick. We've got Zoom and Grooming. If you bring your furry friend, your possum pet, your four-legged family member, you can get a nail trim just for $15 on the spot. They're going to be in their van right out front. doing nail trims for you. And you can check out what it looks like in there. Also, they come straight to your home. So, so convenient. I have them come here so I don't have to put the dog in the car and take her somewhere, leave her. It's very stressful. So, also, we'll have Toa Waters, Fortress Foundations, and Helping Hands and Caring Hearts will all be set up for our pop up vendor event as well. At the same time, 11 to 1, you just heard from Laurie Owens, I think on Wednesday, about Neora. And we're going to be doing a sip, sample, and shop. Okay. That is going to be from 11 to 1. I'm going to have a little mimosa bar set up, and we're going to have a good time with that as well. On April 6th, it is the Focus Cash Bingo. This is the Sunday. It's at the Elks Lodge on Willowdale Road. $200 per game prizes. That's a pretty good prize for bingo. So, of course, it benefits Friends of our Frederick County Animal Shelter, and they do such great work in taking care of the medical needs and any special needs that the pets who are at the shelter, anything they need. On April 10th, 6:30, it is Take Back the Night 2025. It is at Hood College. They'll have live performers, supportive and empowering event for all survivors of power-based violence. April 12th is the Disc Golf Tournament benefiting the Seton Center. And on April 14th, it is the Good Morning Frederick Countywide Adult Egg Hunt sponsored by Maryland Lottery. We will have 300 eggs hidden around Frederick County. You got to go to the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page to look at the pictures and see if you can figure out where the eggs are. Every egg has a prize, and it ranges from 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to $500 in cash to gift cards, Good Morning Frederick merchandise, and so much more. We have so many of our sponsors, past and present, who have donated gift cards and other prizes for this. It's going to be really, really cool. But you got to like the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page in order to find out where these eggs are hidden. April 16th, it is Teacher Appreciation Day at Tree Trekkers. All teachers climb free on April 16th. Plus, there will be a little happy hour with free food and drinks from 3 to 5 on the 16th as well. April 19th starts Thurmont's Restaurant Week. You can check that out. April 24th is SHIP's annual lip sync battle. Tickets are on sale right now. They include food from, nope, not that. It is, food truck. I know the owner, burgers, Boxcar Burgers. I had to go through a word association on that one. Boxcar Burgers and all the drinks you want. And Attaboy also is going to have some seltzers and wine as well for you for that event. It's going to be great. On April 26th, it is Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala. That is at the Delaplane Arts Center. On April 27th, it is the Stomp Out Heroin 5K in Baker Park. That benefits Phoenix Recovery High School, and that's a great event. It's been going on for quite a while. And then Pulling for Veterans Flea Market, the first one of the season, is on April 27th. May 6th is a career fair and training open house at FCC's Monroe Center, right off Monroe Avenue. I think it is Monroe Avenue or Monroe Street, near the fairgrounds. That's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. On May 7th at 7 p.m., it's an exclusive screening of Conrad Weaver's latest documentary, PTSD 911. It is at Common Ground Stables in Mount Airy. It's a beautiful farm. We talk with Elizabeth Tate. She'll be on next week, and you'll be able to see it coming up as well. But that you can count on that documentary being fantastic. Conrad Weaver is very talented and has done some other great documentaries recently. May 9th, it is the 5th annual 4 for Sore Golf Classic. If you like to play golf and you want to support our seniors, register your team for that event. You can get details online about that. On May 10th, 2 great events. The Maryland Craft Beer Festival is happening in downtown right on Carroll Creek, and Battle of the Bands is happening at the Frederick Fairgrounds. Now, the Craft Beer Festival is from noon to 4, and Battle of the Bands is from 3 to 8 p.m. May 16th, it is Thurmont's Art and Wine Stroll. I've never been to that. I might have to check that out. And from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. is Relay for Life of Frederick County's relay. And I think that's at, FCC. May 17th is Walkersville Days. Huge day for yard sailing and checking out cool stuff in Walkersville. And they're going to have a lot of stuff going on downtown. As soon as I start to get more information, I'll include it. May 18th is another bingo for pitties. That's at the Elks Lodge. And no, they don't mean like armpitties. It's pit breeds. And I think one of the rescues is doing that. And then let's see, coming up, May 29th is the 4th annual Senior Resource and Education Fair. And I think that is at the Frederick Health Village, but we'll get details as that comes closer. And June 7th, and registration is now open for Tour de Frederick. Bailey Rankin, I talked to her this week, and we'll have her interview on late next week. She is one of the event directors for that. It is at Walkersville's Carnival Grounds. It benefits the Rotary Club and Boys and Girls Club of Frederick County. Great bike race, and at all levels, from riding 100 miles to the family ride. You can find something to do at Tour de Frederick if you are interested in supporting those organizations. All right, let's see. We got here. I'm kind of trying to stall to see if we get our Frederick Flying Cow on. Why don't we do this? We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Oh, first, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, all you got to do is email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com, and I will get it on the show, or at least on the calendar, at the very least. There's so many great events going on. I'm sure you're on some committee doing some event that's open to the public. Make sure I know about it, because I don't always see everything, and I'd love to help you promote it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're coming back with the Flying Cows and Natalie McCurry talking about adventures with Katie.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they are right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters and even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. As a Good Morning Frederick viewer, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. And here it is, that screenshot you want to take. Oh, let me get you back to it. There you go. Take the screenshot and you can reach out to Sandra. All right. It looks like we've got Martavian Payne. Let's just see. I think he's side. Hey, how are you? Oh, you're a little sideways here. I'm not sure what's going on there. How are you today?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Is it better for you?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, welcome to Frederick. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let me ask you, I've not met you before, so you are a newer player to the team of the Flying Cows. Where were you before this?
I was in St. Louis, Missouri. That's where I'm born and raised. So I played for the home team.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how do you like Frederick so far?
Oh, I love Frederick. It's nice and peaceful. The fans are lovely, and every game is packed. I love it so far.
Now, did you choose to come to Frederick? I mean, did you kind of put your hand up, or did Coach Ed and the team find you and say, "Hey, we want you here"?
Basically Tavares, Sledge, he got me here. He played on my team in St. Louis the first year. So we had a connection there. And then after the season last year, he talked to me and said it'd be a good fit for me and try it out. So I just came and tried it out. And it's been a good fit
Oh,
for me ever
very
since.
yeah. Yeah, he's good like that,
Oh, yeah.
convincing he wants people he knows to come with him. I love it, and knows
Yes,
that we
ma'am.
have a really strong team here. You guys are 8-0 so far. Pretty
Ma'am.
good start to the season.
Yes, ma'am. Great start.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like all the players are gelling, and you guys are really getting into a great stride coming into March. Well, into April really, because you only have a couple months left, April and May, of regular season, and then the playoffs begin. Do you feel like you guys are really on the right path and still have this strength moving into April?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Like you said, like the chemistry is there. Everyone gets along, and we're just gelling well together. As you can see, it makes us 8-0. So, and Coach Ed got our head on straight as well. So, she's making sure we're good.
Yeah, Coach Ed is not going to let you mess around too much or step too far out of line, is he?
No, not at all.
For yourself, so I'm assuming you've been playing basketball. You were playing for your home team in St. Louis. What do you love about the game so much that you still want to continue?
What I love about the game so much, I say just about traveling the world and meeting new people. It's nothing. It's nothing better than meeting new brotherhoods and meeting new family around the world, so you can go different places and things like that. So I say just the traveling and meeting new people for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Now, were you able to play after high school, or did you go kind of straight to the TBL? What was your progression like from a young man to now?
Yes, man. After high school, I went to junior college, John A. Logan. And then after that, 2 years I played at the University of Mizzou. And then after that, I finished at Lindenwood Belleville. And then went overseas a couple times, and then I found the TBL, and I found me a new home.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've talked to a lot of players last year as well who were overseas. And, I know it's tough to not only be in another country overseas, but, you miss your family, you miss your friends. It's a little bit different of a culture. What was your experience going overseas?
My experience, it was an eye opener for sure. Just being away and seeing like the different environments and stuff like that overseas. With some was not good, some were bad. I mean, some were good, some were bad. But just an eye opening experience for sure for me. Just to
Yeah.
just to see, that some people go through the same struggles that we go through too as well.
Well, it does make you feel like and know that the world is much smaller, really, than you realize. People are kind of the same no matter where you go. And we love that people love basketball all around the world, give you guys the opportunity to continue to play. We're looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. You guys are home right here at Woodsboro Bank Arena at Hood College, 3 p.m. Doors open at 2. Want to get you out there early. And one of the greatest things, if you haven't been to a Flying Cows game yet, you get to chat with all the players after the game, get their autographs. They love interacting with our fans. It is amazing basketball. Who are we playing this Sunday? Do you know?
We played the Vipers.
Okay. All right. I think I remember from last year they were a pretty decent team, but I think we beat them both times we played last year. So hopefully the same turnout this year.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yes, ma'am. We're looking to go undefeated.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we will see you on Sunday. Thank you so much for stopping in on the show today. And best of luck. GoFlyingCows.com is where you can get your tickets, or just text COWS to 888-465-2944. I'd be happy to give you 4 tickets to the game on Sunday. Thank you so much. Have a great day today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. See you.
Oh, all right. Want to thank him. Oh, that's Tay. I just took myself off screen. Want to say, good morning to Michelle Payton checking in today. And yes, thank you so much for that. And the Flying Cows games are so much fun. It is affordable family entertainment. It's what I love about it for sure, because, you know, you got to get your family out and have a good time. They're so great with the kids. They love our fans, which I absolutely adore. All right, let's see who is making our market great by contributing to our economy. Let's go right now. And very quickly, before we jump into Market Makers being sponsored by Maryland Lottery, I can't let that go without this quick message. This portion of Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by The Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative, holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment today. You know, these live interviews always get me a little discombobulated. All right, now we're going to get to our Market Makers sponsored by the Maryland Lottery with tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, you can download the app and scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. You must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. All right, it is now my pleasure to introduce you to Natalie McCurry. She is an author of the books Adventures with Katie the Rescue Dog. Here she is. At 401 North Market Street, it's the home of everything, Frederick. I'm here with Natalie, author and friend of all of us, Good Morning Frederick and the shop. And you've written 2 books.
2 in the series. I have a special announcement later on for the 3rd.
Okay, all right. So, Awesome Adventures with Katie the Rescue Dog and Fun Farm Adventures with Katie the Rescue Dog
are all part of Adventures with Katie kids books.
Okay. When did you decide you wanted to be a writer?
Well, it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. After I retired from my job, I was trying to figure out what to do. Years went by. I had some part-time jobs. COVID hit, and I was talking to a friend of mine that I worked with on a hotline, and he wrote a book, and I asked him the process of it. It wasn't a kid's book. And he told me, and I said, gosh, that sounds so good. I really want to write one for my great nephews.
Okay.
And he said, you just go for it. And don't think about it, just do it.
Yes.
And when people ask me for advice, that's what I tell them.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Just write down some ideas and just go for it.
Yeah, because what's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, I say that to people all the time when they say, oh my gosh, how do you do that show? And I said, I just started doing it. And you know, it was funny because being in radio, quitting my job, saying, what am I going to do now? And I thought, well, this is what I'm passionate about. I called my brother, who's very creative. He's also on radio. And he goes, look, you're going to be fine. The first few are going to be terrible because you don't know what you're doing yet. But you're going to refine it and get better and get better. And that is exactly what I think needs to happen.
Well, and it's funny you say that because the first book, I initially started it because Katie was my first rescue shepherd. And when I would walk around the neighborhood, the kids were all, can I pet her, you know, or just run up to her. And then I thought, well, gosh, if kids are this interested in her, maybe I could just do a kid's book for the nephews. My greatest fear was not one would sell. So luckily one did.
There you go.
And a friend of mine doodles, and I asked if he's ever drawn illustrations for a book. And he says he draws to help with anxiety, and that's it. And I asked if he would be interested, and he was.
Oh.
So that's one reason I don't use digital, you know, like digital or computer generated pictures.
Oh, yeah. So they are, that's so
They're
cool.
all hand-drawn.
So
his little daughter helps him.
Oh, really?
With colors and stuff like
I
that.
love it. So these books are available here, of course, at the home of Everything Frederick, but I'm assuming as well people can get them online?
So Amazon, I think Barnes & Noble online, a few other bookstores online, and then other places around Frederick.
Nice.
Including Deer Valley Farm in Dickerson.
Oh, fun.
Mid-Maryland Farm Market, which closed their brick and mortar, but they do it online.
Okay.
They kept my books.
Aww.
It was at Widespread Country Market, but I think they're gone there. Curious Iguana.
Nice.
So I don't have a budget for marketing or something like that. It's all
well, you're self-published,
myself,
right?
Yeah, and dealing with some family health issues has prevented me from really getting the word out as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
But I'm online and all that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, we try.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so are these the first two books?
First two in the series.
Okay.
When I adopted 2 other dogs, everyone wants to see Katie's sisters.
Okay.
But we haven't gotten there yet because, and announced here, the third book it's been written. I'm just waiting on the illustrations.
Okay.
And the third one, which no one knew the name, is Zany Zoo Adventures with Katie, the rescue dog.
Oh.
And that's in honor of my niece, who was a zookeeper and now works at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, very cool.
So, and I fact check my books. The farm one, I talked to a farmer. The first one I just did. I didn't know any better. So I think the second one might be a little better.
Yeah.
The third one, my niece went over everything and made sure. And the first one wasn't really, it had a little bit of teaching, but not a lot. And I wanted it to be more of, I want the kids to enjoy it, but to learn something.
That's
so
great.
The zoo one has a lot of fun facts.
Oh, I love it.
And most younger kids, people always ask what age, and it's hard to say because the younger kids love the bright colors.
Yeah.
They love the vibrant.
Yeah.
And you know, the older kids like to read it.
Yeah,
so,
if it's got a good story and information they can take away. I mean, what more do you want from a book?
I mean, I love them all. I didn't mean to say that one's not as good. It's just I started putting more facts in.
I mean, they're just bright and the pictures
and they're all
great,
hand drawn. And I elected to go that way. A lot of people ask me why. Why not get a professional? I was fine with that to help Chris, you know, just do different drawings. And
well, I think kind of even like this show, sometimes the super polished isn't as enjoyable sometimes as things that are done that look a little bit more organic or like that. All right, so it's Zany Zoo Adventures with Katie the rescue dog.
Right, and once I get the illustrations, get them in the computer, send them to the publisher, it's still 4 or 5 months.
Oh, is
But
it?
I hadn't really announced the
name, the title.
Of it, so you heard it here first.
It really does take 5 months.
Because you can send in the pictures, they might not be the right format, they send them
Gotcha.
back.
Oh,
You have to go back and forth a couple times.
yes.
And I do have them do Chris draws the picture on the front, but I have my publisher create the cover.
Okay.
So that takes them a little time because it has to be
Yeah.
approved and all that.
Now, is Chris is from this area as well?
So he's from the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
And yeah, he lives with his wife and daughter, and his daughter sometimes picks out colors.
Oh, I love it.
And he always puts her in the book somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
How long
somehow
does it
she
take you to
pops up.
write each one of these books?
Well, the first one, because I just wasn't sure what I was doing, and although I was good in English class, I haven't written anything in quite a while. I just recorded thoughts that came up.
Okay.
And then did an outline, and then tried to narrow down.
Yeah.
That was just pure adventures. And
Yeah.
when I first got Katie, I took her everywhere with me.
Okay.
So I was trying to think of all the different
Things you've
adventures
done,
we
yeah.
did to write them down. The second one, since it's more specific on
Right.
a farm, I just picked different animals and different sites. I take photos as a hobby.
Okay.
So, and I love taking farms. So I would
Yeah.
go through them and say, okay, maybe I
yeah.
could find out facts.
Yeah, I love it.
And the zoo one, I just picked some animals. My niece helped me.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, yeah.
What was the job you were doing you retired from?
I'm a retired police officer.
Are you really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
Chris is an active officer.
Oh, really?
So we give back. I give back to a rescue group, and on behalf of Chris, I let him pick, and he picks where he wants to give back to from the books
that's
too.
wonderful. Were you a police officer locally?
No,
okay.
down in Prince George's County.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you for that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is not an easy job. And yeah, I mean, I think, do you find it cathartic writing, or is it stressful?
well, I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'll read it. It'll go to someone to edit. I'll get it back. I'll send it to someone else to edit because I just don't believe it's falling in place. That's probably why it takes so long,
Yeah,
too.
it's okay.
No, it's fun because I always keep in mind my great nephews, and I now have my first great niece.
Oh, yay.
So for that one, yeah, she'll
Yes,
be in
there
that
might be
too.
some piggy tails and pretty bows
Yeah.
in the next one. That's
So-
awesome. Well, this is Natalie McCurry and Katie, the rescue dog. The books are available, like she said, not only here at the home of Everything Frederick, but Curious Iguana online, of course. Just search for it. If you search Katie and it's Cadie, you will find her. We appreciate you so much. So glad you're part of our community.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get out more in the community and
we're
try
gonna
to
make you. We're gonna make you get out and
give
do
back.
more.
But I'm here a lot, so
I know
maybe
you are.
I could do a book
a meet and
signing one
greet.
day. I am available for reading in schools and
Nice.
which I've done, and book signings and things
Love
like
it.
that.
Yeah, we're going to get to her more involved. All right, we thank you guys for watching. All right, want to thank Natalie McCurry for that and Adventures with Katie, the rescue dog. How adorable are those dogs? Oh, my goodness. All right, join us each weekday morning at 9 a.m. You can watch any missed episodes on YouTube anytime, even just the individual segments. So if I interviewed somebody before that you saw, you can't really remember, you don't have to watch the 1 hour shows. Just go to my YouTube channel. The channel is called Everything Frederick Live. We're always looking for people who want to add their shows to the Everything Frederick Live channel as well. Have an awesome weekend. If you can, do me a favor, tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick while you're out and about this weekend. Have a great one, and let's be great.